theme, hey? So because it's long weekend in South Africa, and Monday being a public holiday, guess what? It's going to be St. Patrick's weekend.
Yeah, I know we joked the last time we were talking about this for the shows and things, and that we were going to do a theme. The closest I could get was this greenish shirt. And I was going to pretend that I had a big party, and it didn't quite work out that way.
Well, that's also one of the reasons I got a wig on, because we did go out last night and had a few green drinks and so on, and a few leprechauns crawled into the shot glasses and all that. So let's do this.
Okay, wait. Hello and welcome to the FBiz show. How are you, Janine?
Epic FBiz show as always. I'm very well, thank you, Chris. And how are you today?
I'm good. It has been a fabulous week. Looking forward to a long weekend. It is much needed for good reasons. I want to say other words, but we can't. So yes, but I'm happy to be here and I missed you. It's good to be back on air and be doing the show together. And yes, if you are celebrating St. Patrick's Day, well, congratulations, enjoy it. And do you know how to make green beer? I did find out.
You did. Have you done that? Have you had a cup?
I haven't been able to make one. I will make one, but it's very simple. Do you know what the recipe is? 2 ingredients.
Coloring, I guess.
I looked at the recipe and I was like, really? They made a recipe for this that's like so complicated? You literally take a clear beer glass, you put some green food coloring at the bottom, and you pour in the beer. That's it.
Ooh. Did you hear that, Rian? We're going to have some fun.
Green beers for everybody. Okay, cool. Janine,
yes.
What are we going to be doing on the show today?
Oh, of course, we have a show. So there's an agenda and people want to know about it. So welcome everybody that's listening on YouTube and Facebook. Really ecstatic to have you with us. So we are actually going to have a guest speaker today. We're going to ask her amazing questions about her business. She is as crazy as we are, and she's just a colorful person. You guys just hold on to your seats. And then, of course, as normal, we're going to share some trends within the VA space. And for those who don't know what a VA is, it's not a PA. It is a virtual assistant. And then, of course, Chris from the Marketing Experts, he's going to share his insights and trends on what's happening in his space. So excited.
For a change, I'm one of those people, I like to know a little bit of something about everything, right? We know this. I like to be honest to know it. Today, I'm excited for our interview because we're chatting to somebody who's going to talk about a subject I know little to nothing about. So I'm looking forward to learning. It's all about art and graphics. So you'll have to find out more. And you know what, Janine? We got some cool events coming up. What is coming up very soon?
Oh my gosh, yeah, it is such a jam-packed, I think it's in the next 2 weeks. The first one, of course, is Explore Van. That is for Virtual Assistant Network. That happens on the 24th of March, which is next week, Thursday. Super ecstatic for this event because we've got 2 amazing guest speakers, which is Marty Cronier from Complete VA and amazing Stephen Levy from Dare to Be Coaching. And they are going to be sharing amazing tips. There might be a giveaway. That is going to be 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. GMT +2. But then,
if you want to be there, the links are down below. So you just got to click on the link and register. It's that simple. You don't want to miss out on that at all because it's going to be an absolutely huge event. And how cool is this? We've got a group of virtual assistants from around the world who are around the world, the entire world. And they are building an industry, one small business at a time, and helping each other and doing co-opetition. See, I still remember the word. I'm getting
You got it.
I got it. Oh, yeah, nailed it. But yeah, so it's an exciting event. So if you're a virtual assistant, you know a virtual assistant, and they're sitting, I don't know, I don't know what I'm doing. Send them there. Tell them about Explore Van and get them to register. Links are down there.
Yes, yes, yes. Epic, epic. But then there's a bigger one happening on the 29th. Am I right?
It's going to be like so huge and like massive. Eh? It's just this really big event. We've got 2 networks from like either side of the world. We had to work out time zones, and people change their time in their countries. We don't do that.
That is very confusing.
7 o'clock now, it'll be 7 o'clock in 6 months' time. But these guys reach halfway through the year and they're like, well, our day is into the mess. We'll just shave off an hour, or we'll move back in. I'm just so confused. But anyway, we had to work out time zones and things because it's 2 separate sides of the world, but they're coming together as one in one big event for global online speed networking. You've got Grand Connection from Canada, Explore Protect from South Africa and the world. And we're coming together for one massive event, 29th of March.
So exciting. That's going to be a jam-packed event. And can you imagine the number of connections you're able to make? Wow. So definitely don't miss out. Even if you just started with an idea to start your business, it's even better. Come and join us. It's going to be epic. Really awesome.
We've designed it in such a way that it doesn't matter how many people are there, you'll get the opportunity to meet and connect with as many people as like physically and physically possible within those 2 hours. And it's 7 to 9 p.m. GMT +2. Don't ask me what that is in Mountain Standard Time and PDST. I've got PTSD from time zones, but just there's a converter online. Just Google it, get it right, and we'll see you there. The links are down below. Go register now. You don't want to miss out. Huge opportunity. It's one of those ones like, here is an opportunity for you. It's there. Just go. Hey, you know what? I spoke to one of the main people who are putting it together. Guess what? We can give some free tickets away.
Love giving tickets away. That is so epic. So for those who are listening, put in the chat, pick me, and we will chat to you offline and get you that free ticket. That is fantastic. So how many tickets are we giving away? Is it 50? Oh. Well, 5 is close enough. I had a 5. 5 is good. 5 is good. Like, woohoo, high 5. I got you. Nice.
Yeah, so it's a premium event. We can't just give away 50 tickets, but we can give away 5 tickets. Our details are down below, so just reach out, make connection with us and say, hey, I want to go to this amazing big event of yours, 31st of March, 2022, 7 to 9 p.m. GMT +2. We'll see you there. Links are down below. Go check it out. Janine, I need to ask you a very serious question.
Oh, if you come with that, then I'm always worried. Yes.
Where does a cow hang its paintings?
On the moon.
In a museum.
Okay, yeah, good one. You can have it.
I thought I'd go with an art theme this week for some reason. Okay, so we've spoken about 2 great events. You've got some great news on the virtual assistant industry, trends, tips. What have we got this week? We were talking transcribing last time. Are we going to be transcribing again?
And we're going to be transcribing again, my friend, because there's so many tips that I need to share with these people who wants to take this as part of their businesses. So yes, Chris, I've shared about 6 tips in the last few weeks, and I'm going to share another 3 tips for you with regards to being a subscribing virtual assistant. Now, as mentioned before, you can have your business or the transcribing side of it in medical, legal, video, podcasting, transcription, translation. I know, but this is an epic way to actually add extra value to your business and your clients. And then, of course, audio transcription for business meetings. So the first step for today is you should know your client's format. Very important. So ask your client ahead of time how they want the document formatted. It is much easier to type a standard format than it is to actually try a format in a large document afterwards. It saves you time, it saves you money. And because you've asked the client the right questions, you're going to look like you are the professional that you say you are, right? Because that's what we are. We are professionals. The second tip is to be sure. The second tip is to be sure you have a comfortable workstation. This is actually very important for any industry or any entrepreneur. So sit on an exercise ball if you want to, sit wherever it is comfortable for you. Even sometimes sit, those exercise balls to sit on, it keeps you upright, active, and there's nothing in the, with bending your elbows or your arms. You no longer have periods where you're struggling with you getting tired because you want to bounce on your bouncy ball, because that's what I would do. Anyway, so be sure that you have a comfortable workstation. And number 3, it's charged by the audio hour. Now, this is something I really appreciate. So clients want to know how much something is going to cost them, right? Because as most VAs, we charge per hour or per project. So you don't want to expect a 3-hour job and you actually charge the client 800 rand, 8 hours. Be specific. So figure out how many hours it will take you to actually do a 1-hour audio and build your ratings from there. It's going to show the client that you know what you are doing. And yet again, what are we here for as virtual assistants? We're here to save you time. So I hope that helped in terms of tips for transcribing.
If I make the same mistake I do, is I try to sit somewhere like super comfortable, and I go in and I'm working, not too comfortable. You need to stand or bouncy, or something like that. Natasha saying. But some great advice there from Janine. And I'd also like to do a shout out to our live viewers. If you post something in the live chat, we shall do a shout out. Like to Lucia, who's tuned in right now. Welcome to the show. It's great to have you with us. You will be learning some things. Okay, I'm going to try and keep mine short because I tend to wax lyrical for way too long. And today's one is, it's not a trend. It's more of I'm just giving you free advice. This is something I normally charge people for. But I'm so irritated that people aren't doing this and they're missing such a great opportunity. I'm just going to give it from my heart to you as my love and to help you in your business. Here's the reality. If you do not exist online, your business does not exist. People will not think that you are there. So you might have a wonderful Facebook page with great posts and reaching thousands of people. But most of those people are going to Google you to see if you actually are real. And if they can't find you, they most likely are not going to convert. So here's one of the simplest, easiest things that you can do to make your business a real business. It's like back in the day, you had to have an office space. If you didn't have an office space, you were a fly-by-nighter and nobody took you seriously. This is your new office space, boys and girls. And guess what? It's free to do. It is a little tricky, but it's not that hard. Google business profile. That is it. Get yourself a Google business profile. Now you might say, okay, but I'm an online person. I'm a solopreneur and I serve clients. I live in South Africa, but I serve clients in the UK. Well, you can set it that it shows people in the UK that you're there. You can set it like that. So it is easy enough to set up for yourself. You create a Gmail account for your business. You go to, you Google business profile. You follow the steps and you've got one. Now, what I would say is you can do it yourself. It's really easy, but do take the time to read and not rush the process. Everything you need to know is right there, but it is tricky if you get the verification stuff is wrong or you click on the wrong thing. Once that's done, it is a bit of a challenge to get it right. So my thing for today is please go and get a Google business profile. It's really simple and it's going to make a huge difference to the credibility of your business, your visibility on Google, etc. And learn a little bit about it. You can do posts on there, you can share what your services are, what your products are, all of those things. But if you're not there, you don't exist. Doesn't matter how good your graphics are or your social media or your website. If you're not there, you don't exist. Yes, you will need to have a domain and you might need a website. But that I'll do for next week. It's really simple. For free, you could probably do it, but it's better to pay somebody else. But you can get a website, okay? It's simple. It's really not that hard or expensive. But right now, make sure you're online. Because if you're not there and people Google you, you don't exist. And that
Oh,
is my top tip for this week.
that face of yours, I think a lot of people are now going to just do it because you asked them so beautifully.
You're not doing yourself any favors. And if you don't know how to do it, you don't have the time to do it, find somebody, pay somebody. There's tons of people out there who can do it for you. Just make sure you're there. Otherwise, you don't exist. And that's it. But I do have another question for you, Janine.
Yes, Chris, I'm listening.
What is a pirate's favorite thing about marketing?
What is his favorite thing?
The ROI.
I like it. I like it. Even with the piratey. Have you watched a pirate movie lately?
A pirate movie? Well, you're going to use your words carefully. What kind of pirate movie are you referring to? Don't make me say that publicly. No, I haven't watched the Pirates of the Caribbean recently or anything like that.
Okay, is that what you're sticking to? Fantastic. Yes. Well done on that pirate voice. Awesomeness. But Chris, the show is not just about us. Are you done?
Yes, I'm done. I'm done yet. Should we move on?
Yes, that was the shortest part ever of the FBiz show of Chris. I am so proud of you. Well done. Okay, people. So our guest speaker is Natasha, and she's a friend of mine, and this surname always goes me to the left and
Ungerer.
Now she's from Designer Art and Scribble Art, and I think there's another one, Designer Art Africa. Now Natasha is one amazing creative human, and she's just amazing. And she has a network of over 250 artists as well as manufacturers, which allows her to create your ultimate space for all angles. If you have ever settled for store-bought items or given upon the search that for something that you saw online because it seems fruitful, well, don't hesitate. Call Natasha. I can promise you she can assist. Her extensive experience flows into fine art and design. So please, ladies and gentlemen, she really can make masterpieces. Put your hands together for Natasha.
I'm all flattered now. Hi, guys.
Hi.
So the first question, the burning question right now is how do we pronounce your surname correctly?
Okay, so it's Ungerer.
Ungerer. Say it again.
Ungerer.
Yes, I can thank my darling husband for that one.
So Natasha, we've had a beautiful introduction from Janine there about your businesses and all of those things. Why not share a little bit, sort of paint us, see what I did there? Paint us a picture of who Natasha is.
Okay, let me whip out my paintbrush. So, Natasha is me. I am an artist. I'm a creative. I'm a passionate person. And part of that is, it's true what they say, we are very untidy. It's organized chaos. But I'm also in 3 spaces. So anything creative is in my space. If it gives me a chance to be creative, if it gives me a chance to whip out a paintbrush or a glue gun or a printer or a piece of vinyl, I'm absolutely there. And when it comes to the branding and marketing part of me, I find that creative just flows so well into the other, because branding and design to me on its own is absolutely its own art form. So the weird one, basically, in short.
Okay. The creative, but it's not that weird, because as far as I understand, you've got sort of like 3 pillars. You've got your graphic design that you do, that's on the marketing side. You've got the art therapy side of things, and then you've got the art for home. Is that correct?
Yes. So there's Designer Arts Africa, So Designer Arts Africa handles art commissions, art installations, a lot of bigger projects. And one of the main things for me about Designer Arts Africa, their core mission is to help up and coming artists. It's great for an artist to be in a gallery, but Designer Arts Africa focuses on the journey of getting them to a point where they can approach these galleries. Galleries are and always will be quite an elite place for art, but there's so much talent out there that needs that help to build, that needs that help to get into the international market. We are such a hub for creative, passionate, and artistic artists, but I don't feel like we're giving them the right pillars. So that's what Designer Arts Africa is about. Then Scribble Art, which is the art therapy. So I'm a qualified art therapy counselor and coach, and I do everything from kids all the way up to adults, but I love working kind of within young adults. You know, that age where we want to kick them out, but they're too young to get a job. That's my core age of helping them find themselves.
It's sooner than I'm proud of.
I'm not saying anything. Squirrel.
Right?
So that's the space that I work in. So that entails art kits, craft kits. I do a lot of one-on-one sessions, but I also do really fun events like team building and taking that corporate conference that you try and stay awake in, and actually just waking everybody up and getting them vibey and getting those creative juices flowing. Because for conferences, you're going there to share ideas, and the numbers drag us down and get us bored. So Scribble comes in and gets the energy back up. And then Designer Art and Graphics, that's graphic design, branding, sending your message, how to present your message, your color psychology, your triggers, why a logo shouldn't cost 95 Rand, and why you shouldn't steal a logo off a website. All of these fun things that people don't realize. So those are my three big boys at the moment.
Yes, that's amazing. Now I've used Natasha for this the art therapy side of things, and boy oh boy, listen, I can't even draw a cloud. I'm useless. My creative on that side, it's useless. I'm absolutely zero. But the way Natasha compiles her sessions, you feel so comfortable. And I'm saying this to those that's thinking, oh, no, I don't do art therapy. Oh, no, please. It is the best thing under the sun. You walk away there and you can draw, you can paint. And the best thing of it is your mindset is so far more clearer for you to be more productive in your business. So that is amazing, Natasha. Really, really awesome.
That's the best thing about art.
No, go for it. No, you go for it. That's
the best thing about art therapy. You don't have to be able to draw or paint or know a pen from a pencil. It doesn't matter, because it's not about creating this gorgeous, beautiful masterpiece. It's about learning to get your emotions out and learning how to use things like even something as simple as a collage, cutting and sticking, which we all did in nursery school. Even that can be used just to kind of get your creativity flowing. The biggest thing about art therapy is the box you're supposed to think in. Get out of it, burn it, and blow the ashes out the window. You don't need it anymore. You're a big boy or girl now.
I can cut it outside the lines.
Yes. Doesn't that sound like fun?
Yes, I want to do that.
You should have started with that. You should have started with that Natasha, because now he's like, oh, I'm going to do it this weekend. I'm going to color outside the lines and no one's going to tell me I'm wrong.
I'm going to spend the whole weekend outside the lines. Actually, I tend to do that. We interrupt this interview to ask Janine a pertinent question. Is that iced tea or whiskey in your glass?
It is iced tea.
Oh, okay. Sure. That's your story and you're sticking to it. But back to the questions. Okay, so the art therapy side, look, I'm a very creative person. I have done some crafts. I even used to do embroidery with my mom and cross stitch when I was a little boy and spoke too much, and they had to give me something to keep me busy and quiet. But I can't draw. It's never been one of my big fortes, and very artistic. I'm creative in many other ways, but not there. So for somebody like me, who might potentially, I'm not admitting it in public to the entire interwebs, but struggling with life and the challenges that come with it. Would you recommend somebody does an art therapy session like that? I mean, what would you get out of it?
So the first thing that it would be is, let's clear up, everybody's creative. Everybody, we all have that creative energy. It just presents itself in different ways. So for somebody like you that I know is creative, that I know has the energy, that I know has the spice, the first session would be finding what makes you go, oh, that's cool. So something like mandalas, which Janine did, is a fantastic way to find out if you're comfortable with a hammer and chisel. Oh, there it is, yay! To find out if you're comfortable with a tile mosaicing or carving a piece of wood or picking up a paintbrush. Your passion lies in one of these, and it presents themselves in weird and wonderful ways. I have clients who work with crushed glass. She just figured this was her space and it worked for her. So
I often work with crushed glass, but that's just from a rough weekend.
Yeah, this is a different kind of dance.
Ooh, that's a nice dance. Yeah, I'm being creative. Natasha said it's fine.
The best thing about art therapy and what it does is it focuses your creative thinking. Now, creative thinking, especially for entrepreneurs and for business, is the key to a lot of things that you do. Thinking outside the box. How do I present my business differently? How do I present myself differently? How do I go from being this person in a meeting to going, hi, look at me, I'm here. What do you want to do? It's all about building that confidence. So while you're building the confidence in your art form, it starts showing itself in your day-to-day in your business. And by developing your creative thinking skills, you go from freaking out about a problem to going, we don't normally but. And that but is the magic. Art therapy is great for different things, whether it's trauma, building confidence, business, learning to focus. You know, art therapy can help Janine catch her squirrel and put it in a cage where she can find it.
Yeah.
So art therapy is very personalized. It's not something, if you want to do it to get over something or to build yourself, it's all very personalized. There's not a written program for a problem. There are case studies giving examples, but it's all about what you need, what we need to do to get you out of that shell or to get you over that hurdle.
I like that. It's all about me. I can do this. Speaking of which, okay. So one more question each, and then we can go into the wrap for the show. So Janine, your question next.
Well, I just want to ask you in terms of the art therapy, you know, you talked about it a lot now, but how would someone get to actually set up a session with you? Do they need to have a psychological session with you, or do they just book? Tell us how they actually can book a session. How does it work?
So they can contact me either, Janine, will you drop my details?
Yes.
So in the description already.
Everything is there, so
awesome.
Please do that.
So they can contact me, and what we do is I normally do an intro session. So what an intro session is, it's kind of an art journaling session, which is a whole nother show. It's an art journaling session. So within that art journaling session, we play around with what they want to get from art therapy, if they're doing it for fun, if they're doing it for an experience, if there's a specific hurdle, because the point of art therapy tells the journey. So how we're going to get to that point. And once they know what they want, art journaling takes them through a whole process of finding out what works for them. So in one session, I can know exactly what art form would be best for you. If you're a destructive, or if you're a builder, or if you're a color person, or if we need to fill balloons with paint and get darts involved, whatever works for you. And that's where we build from. So they can contact me either on the Facebook, they can contact me on my cell number, on my email. And I am going to be crazy and fun, and it is not formal. So, dear sir or madam, no. Hi, Tash, I need. Cool, let's do it.
I love that. And so many comments, so many questions. I'll do this very quickly. So the first thing is something that's just really come up strongly with me now. I don't know why. So long story short, people always say to you, like, go find your inner child and play with it. Well, that's not that easy to find. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm going to go outside with some cars and go play in the dust and pretend to be a kid again. It just doesn't appeal. But actually, just thinking about it and hearing you describe things through the art therapy, that could actually be a way to tap into your inner child, where he's doing something like, cool, I can think of, like, I'm worried about the mess and I'm sure there's the logistics behind it, but a balloon full of paint and you just go, wow, that sounds so much fun. I want to do that.
And hair dryers and crayons and edible finger paint and so much. That inner child jumps up the second that first jar of paint is opened.
Yeah, edible finger paint, I think that's for a late night show. I'm going to make one quick point and then ask a question. So the quick point is if you're looking at getting something to do your graphic design and your brand and your logo, you want to touch base with somebody who is creative, who does do the therapy and psychology. See, I broke Janine now. I like doing this, but somebody who thinks out of the box and thinks about the therapy and the psychology behind things and graphics to bring your business and their message across. So that's on the one side. The last one I want to ask, obviously on the art side of things, I don't know a single thing about art, right? I'm publicly admitting this. I know nothing. I know some of the famous artists, but why must I go out and buy art and things like that? And I don't know. So my question is if somebody's in that space, but they know they want to have it, and they might have a wide budget range, so maybe it's not as expensive as you think it is. It's not like those $1 million art pieces kind of things. You can get something really nice at a good rate, all the way through to the expensive stuff. Can you help somebody like me who knows nothing and where to start and what to do?
Yes, absolutely. So that is where Designer Arts Africa comes in. Designer Arts Africa is connected to institutions like the Living Artists Emporium. And what we do together is we take these guys and we develop them. The nice thing with that is you can come in and you can go, I have this bland old wall. I need something. I love these colors. We will come and sit with you with a catalog and go, check out all these pieces. How awesome would this be? Is this your taste? And artwork is available from, you can pick up a really nice piece for 350 Rand.
No, shut the front door.
I'm serious. You can pick up such beautiful pieces. And that's the big problem with the art market at the moment. Everybody's going, if you don't have 20,000 Rand in your pocket, you can't have art. And it's not true. It is not true. And biggest secret, don't tell anybody, is that you can pick up an artwork, an affordable art piece from an artist, and 2 to 3 years later, if you've chosen the right artist, it becomes that 20,000 Rand piece. We are living in an age of massive investment art. The thing is being able to spot it. And for that, you phone Designer Art Africa. So it's called art consulting. So we will come and consult with you and go, this is what you want. This is fabulous. Let's pick up this piece, or let's pick up this piece. Let's frame it. Let's get it in, because people don't realize when dealing with art, things like framing also become important. There's acid-free, it's a whole speech. It's very technical, but if you do it properly, a small art piece can become a major investment.
One last quick question, then we can do the wrap. Can you actually buy art? Because when you just look at it, it looks pretty, and you want to put it on your wall. It doesn't have to be a so that when people come visit and say, I have a on my wall. Can you actually, when people work with you, can they go, I think that's nice and it's pretty and that's what I want, and there's no judgment and saying, oh, but you should rather go with the which looks pretty ugly to me.
You know what? The most amazing thing about art is it's what works for you. Sorry, I've got to meet this. He sounds like a brilliant artist.
I think I just gave the next big artist their name. I will be.
Yes, you can absolutely buy an artwork that's to your taste. I do have clients who shop for names or shop for brands. Art is exactly the same as shopping. You'll have somebody who will spend, I don't even know because I'm not that person, 5,000 Rand on Puma tackies. And you have a guy who will pop up to Pep and buy a pair of tackies. You have someone who will go to a company or go onto Shutterstock and pick a beautiful picture, print it and stick it on their wall. That's great if that works for you.
I I saw that twitch.
But you can have some, and you can rather go buy a piece from an artist, because printing on Shutterstock is fine. But if you go and you buy a piece, that is an artwork that has been done by hand. It has a story behind it. It has this major development of style that went into it. There's talent that goes into it. There's years of practice that goes into it. That is so much more of a personal piece and so much more of a wow piece than having something printed.
So Natasha clearly is not a fan, but it's okay if you do that. But anyway, anything to do with your graphic design needs and your branding and all of that, Natasha's your girl. Anything to do with some fun art and therapy, and it's not therapy where you'll lie on a couch and she'll paint a picture for you. No, you're actually going to get, I don't want to say it, but I have to, down and dirty and do some art with her. And then in the third place, help you get those art pieces and introduce you to some great artists. So this has been fun, guys. Should we wrap for today? Before we wrap, Janine, you've gone through a period of every time we're on the show, your hair's a different color. I have to say, the blonde does work for you.
Right? I saw that too.
Thank you. It's just it won't happen again. I was blonde 4 years ago, Miley Cyrus shavy, but no, it's hard work, hard work to be a blonde.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I'm constantly dying it, Anyway, okay, so let's wrap for the show. Thank you for tuning in.
Absolutely. Okay, so think you're creative? Yes, you may be, or you so not. However, call Natasha from Designer Art. If you want your art to be from the heart, just call Natasha, because she does not use canvas. She puts the extra in extravaganza.
Woo!
Yeah.
I like that.
And that's the way we wrap the show for today. Thank you for tuning in. Puma and Shutterstock, and what is the other brand, Pip? There was a product placement there. We'll take some money from you anytime soon.
Invoice.
Yes, the invoice is on the way. But thank you. Have a wonderful week, a lovely long weekend. If you are some paddying the weekend, do it safely and have fun. Contact Natasha. Details are down below. Go register for Explore Van and Geo's in the opportunities there. Contact us if you want those free tickets. We'll see you next week, Friday. Have a wonderful day.